What's up everyone, Chillstorm here for another Black Desert Mobile Chill Gaming. And today we are going to talk about knowledge gain rate in Hadum, the fastest way possible for you guys. I know this is very taxing because a lot of mobs to kill, but we will tell you the fastest way, the shortcut for you to be able to complete all of these. So it's all about really knowing the monsters that you are going to kill. You have to identify who's who, and based on their population, who has the least. So for instance, okay, right now I'm going to show you what the map looks like. So for Hadum, so I got Agris Plains already on 100%. My next target would be either Vale of Farmlands or Forest of Plunder. So here's the deal. So there are different monsters, right, for every single map. And some of the maps, they have the same monsters. So for example, goblins. So here in Vale of Farmlands, the goblins are, let's see, I know they have goblins in here. There, they have the simple goblin, the goblin shaman, and the structures, the sculpture, the watchtower, the cauldron, and you have the elite goblin soldier, the goblin fighter, the goblin slinger. So these are the goblins that will give you knowledge. Okay. Also on Ewa's Hill, they also have goblins in here, like the normal goblin, the shaman, the structures, the elite, the goblin fighter, the slinger. So these are your goblins. And then for Forest Plunder, they also have the simple goblin, shaman, the structures, the elite, the fighter, the slinger, and also they have the giant goblin tower. So there are different goblins up in here. Okay, so all these maps, all these three maps hold the goblins: the Ewas Hill, the Forest of Plunder, and the Vale of Farmlands. So it's really a matter of first, you will need to identify out of all the goblins that are being shown here, who among them is the rarest, the hardest to find. So okay, so here's how you do it. So right now we are in Forest of Plunder. So this time we will try to check and see. So on your minimap, there's a magnifying glass, right? So just click on the magnifying glass, and you can actually click on the targets so that you will know the green ones. So for example, the simple goblin, you will see that they're just everywhere, right? You see the green ones on the map. They're basically everywhere. So the simple goblin, you don't have to worry about them, and so we actually take that off. So the goblin shaman, you kind of like see like 1, 2 of them in the map. There. Oh, by the way, you see their violent mob. That's actually very important. Later on, we'll talk about that. And you also have the goblin sculpture. These towers, the sculptures, you don't have to worry about them because they're just simply everywhere, and it's just so easy to max them at level 1. They're already maxed. You have the elite goblin soldier. As you can see, the elite goblin soldier, they're only like 2 beside us. You see that? So they're only 2 out of the area that we have. Now let's try to check on, let's see, goblin fighter. So the goblin fighter are almost everywhere as well, so we take that off. And we also have the goblin slinger. So the goblin slinger, there's some few around the area. And now that we have clicked on all possible goblins, I would have to say, based from observation, the rarest out of all the goblins would be the elite goblin soldier. So basically, that's where you should AFK. That's where you should stand and save your location. So for example, here in Forest of Plunder, so let's delete Basilisk then. Actually, let's delete Hagris, Plains of Agris. So we save the location here because this is the spot. This is the spot where there are a lot of elite goblin soldiers. There are 2 beside me, and the rest I can they'll just simply go with the flow. All right. So the soldiers, the simple goblin, the shaman, you'll be able to level them up. The hardest one out of all the goblins would be the elite. So that's where you need to focus on. because that's where it will take more time than the others. So I'm gonna show you and observe around. You see, this is a good spot right here. This is a good spot where this guy is wood lion is, because you got two elites here, plus you have one violent mob spawning. So I'm actually gonna save this location right here instead. So we delete that, and we gotta save this location because this is a very nice spot. You got two elites, plus you got your violent mob as well. Because violent mobs are very, very important. So there's another one in here. Let's try to check further. See, there are some spots wherein there are no elite goblins. So there's one over here, elite goblin soldier. Let's see, there's one over here as well. And yeah, so basically based on our path, that's it. So for example, you spot in here, this is a very bad spot to AFK in because there are no elite goblin soldiers. So you won't be able to level him up. You'll just be leveling up the others. So make sure that you always spot wherever your target is, the rarest out of all out of all the mob types. So that's it basically for knowledge gaining. So that's the fastest way that you'll be able to do it. Go for the rarest one. Now, aside from that, I would like to show you how you can make the most out of your should I say loots in Hadum area. So if you would like to get the most out of the dark coins, the what would you call it? Let's try to check our inventory. So we have our dark sculptures, the XP scrolls, the chaos crystals, and dark coins, and all these lovely loots that you can get in Hadum. If you want to make the most out of it, go for violent mob hunting, because for here, if you go for the violent mob, for sure you will get the loots and rewards. Check this out. We're gonna go one violent mob after the other, and I'll show you how to really farm them, the most efficient way possible. Check this out. 25 dark coins right away. So let's go to the other violent mobs that we saw along the way. And don't worry about the depletion while you are running around. Staying here doesn't really deplete that much as long as you are not killing any mobs. So there you go, another violent mob here. There you go. Try to kill it. And just like that, 32 dark coins. So let's try to look for other violent mobs along the way. So always make it to a point that if you were able to see a spot, just like Wood Lion's spot earlier, I think this is it. This is a sweet spot right here because it has two violent mobs. I'm sorry, two of the elite goblin soldier plus one violent mob. So that is a very, very sweet spot. And let's try to check on other violent mobs we see along the way. I guess there's none in here anymore. But then you catch the idea. You get the drift. So it's mainly for farming. It's really more about the violent mobs actually, and then for the rest, like for the knowledge, the easiest way is to go for the rarest mob type that you can get out of all of these. Like for example, I'm gonna show you one more mob type. So here in Agus Plains, you have the rarest out of all of these would be the Imp Mage. All right, you don't get to see a lot of Imp Mages around, so always make it to a point that you spot the Imp Mage first, because the rest, like the Raiders, the Imp Soldier, and whatnot, all the other imps, they're just simply around them anyways. So always make sure that you're able to identify those mob types, and that's where you should be at. So basically that's it for your Hadum farming and grinding tips. to get the best knowledge. And of course, oh, by the way, it's better that you are in T3 all the way, because you want to get the 500% Hadum knowledge, and of course the 500% combat EXP. That is pretty awesome. If you can't do, like, it's like making the most out of your time. So it depletes your vials fast. Yes, it does, but it's definitely worth it. If you run out, then go back to Elion, farm some more light stones, and then go back to Hadum. That's how you do it. Make the most out of your time by doing always T3. Now, also, one more thing that I would like to point out: if you are farming, make sure that you have your farming skills. Like for mine, I have as a Phantasma, I have Face Blade, Umbral Pillars, the Variant Shockwave, Dark Cleave, Matic Burst, definitely, Supernova, Nova Chain, and the Execute. The rest, you can just simply leave it all behind. And also, I know it doesn't give you damage, but it is also good if you are going for Siret. You see, I'm gonna switch to Siret. I know my Siret is just 10% right now, but that's okay. I don't need much of the damage. This is just simply farming anyway. They still get killed in one hit, in one swoop. So opt for Siret, okay? Because you needed that. You need that extra target, extra +1 on your target instead of the damage. So they get killed anyway. So it's better that you have your Siret equipped. All right. But if you want to be serious on Siret, that's fine, as long as you get to put them all on max, all your Al, Labrive, and your Ahib, all on max. Then max out your Siret. Why not? I mean, if you can, do it. So that's it. Those are my tips for farming for your knowledge, and also for farming for loot in Hadum. So I'll see you all on the next video. We'll have some more. But for now, again, my name is Storm, and we will peace out.